In this video, we're going to learn how to add binary numbers together. So there are two main approaches that you can use when adding numbers in binary. The first is you can utilize what are called binary addition techniques, which looks kind of like old school addition. Or second, you can change both numbers into decimal, add them together, and then convert them back into binary. So you can use whichever strategy works best for you. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to model the two different strategies that you can use, and then you can decide what strategy works best for you. So with the binary addition techniques, we set this up like old school long addition. So we're going to do 1, 0, 1, 1 on top, and then plus 1, 1, 0 here on the bottom. So we're going to add these together, and essentially when we use this long old school addition is we add straight down, and then we carry any ones and whatnot that we might have. So here we have 1 plus 0, which is just 1. So that goes down there. Now, in the second row, we have 1 plus 1, which really represents 2. So I'm going to make a note here that this is 2. Now, what's tricky about this technique is that you have to know really how binary works. So 1 plus 1 is 2. But in binary, 2 is represented by 1, 0. Remember, we can only use 1s and 0s in each slot. So you cannot write 2 here. That doesn't work with binary because we need our answer to be in binary. So we need to represent this using 2, which in binary is 1, 0. So if we add straight down, we're going to leave the 0 here and carry the 1. So notice how it's similar to when we used to add things to more than 10 in that same column when we added with decimal. But here, 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 is represented by 1, 0, so we carry the 1 over. And then we do 1 plus 0 plus 1, which is again 2, which is represented by 1, 0 in binary. So we leave the 0 and we carry the 1. Now, since we're in that final column, we have 1 and 1, which add up to 0, so we represent that by doing 1, 0. So if we add these two numbers in binary together, we get the answer of 1, 0, 0, 0, 1 in base 2. Now, if that strategy doesn't click well with your brain, you can also use a different strategy where we convert each number into decimal, add them together, and convert them back. So this one, I know that each column represents 1, 2, 4, 8. So in order to create this number in decimal, I have to do 8 because I need the 8 slot, I need the 2 slot, and I need the 1 slot. So this number becomes 11. And then here we have 1, 2, 4. So I need the 4 slot and the 2 slot. So this number is 6. So the two numbers being added together, written in decimal form, are 11 and 6. So if I add them together, I get 17 in base 10. Now, because I know what that number represents in base 10, I need to convert it back into binary. So I have to think about which powers of 2 I'm going to need. So I can list out a couple of my powers of 2. I can then see that the first one I'm going to need is 16. And then if I do 17 minus 16, I'm left with just 1. So I won't need the 8, I won't need the 4, I won't need the 2, but I will need the 1. So my binary number will be 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. So if I convert this back into binary, I get 1, 0, 0, 0, 1 in base 2. So either strategy works for me, whatever works best for your brain. Either use the long addition technique or convert into decimal, add together, and convert back into binary. So on this page, I want you to try a couple of examples. So pause the video, take the time, practice adding these together, and see how you do. And if you find that you're struggling a little bit, ask for some help. If you notice that you've mastered this topic, then you'll be able to move on. So please check your answers here, and then reflect on how you did. Were you able to add those binary numbers together pretty efficiently, or do you think you might need some more practice before moving on to the next topic?